The end of season 2 event just happened, and there was a lot of stuff that was shown that was leaked for possibly next season. So we're gonna do a full breakdown and see what we missed. So right here we're just traveling back to the map, and we see the 0 point because basically we have two islands under each other. When we came to this chapter, they just flipped the 0 point and we were on this new map. So we were in space for some reason. We were on the moon to get this mech, to be in this mech for some reason, and we flew back to the map. So we flew back to the map, and basically the collider had all this stuff going on. We had the fortress attacking us, and we had all tanks, as you can see on the ground, all the tanks that were recently added, all like drill sites, everything. There were like 100 tanks at least, and the blimps also. The blimps turned against us and they were fighting us. And there was also one more thing that was shown that scares me for next season. You see that right there? You see that? That's the mech. That is the mech that no one wants to think about, no one wants to remember. So yeah, we're low on HP. Peely comes over, drives from the gas station, brings us a slip truck. We use the slip, get back up to full HP. And as we can see, the collider is protecting himself. Very similar, very similar to the 0 point, because under the collider is the 0 point. The mech pulls out a sword, and eventually we get to collider. We break the barrier, and the mech pulls out its sword, and before we could destroy it, bang, the ground breaks, we fall down, and we see a lot of stuff. We see a lot of possible leaks for the upcoming season. Straight away, the Scar. We see the return of the Scar, the regular AR, the beautiful, legendary and epic assault rifle. So we follow Jones down here, and we get the Scar in our hands. And if you paid attention, they changed the sound of the Scar. Now, first of all, why would they use the Scar in the event if we already have the AUG and the Ranger that was added in this season, this chapter? And why would they change the sound of the weapon if it's not being used? Which means the Scar is returning. We're getting a return of the Scar, which is sick. At the end, we cross paths with Sloan, and the mech just bang, destroys Sloan's tank. We don't know where Sloan went. We don't know if the mech's hand eliminated her. We don't know anything. For all we know, Sloan could still be alive and return. So Jones and the Foundation hop into the 0 point. The mech takes us up. We break these crystals above us to get up and out of this underground area. As we can see, the collider is just malfunctioning, bursting. It's on fire. It probably blows up, and we see a cutscene of Jones and the Foundation flying from somewhere inside the 0 point. And we land with a to be continued screen of some majestic, magical forest, it looks like, which could be a new POI for all we know. So yeah, a lot of leaks we saw. The biggest leak was probably seeing old weapons making a return. In 24 hours, we should be in the next season.